I'm gonna have to learn how to use TikTok one of these days, guys. I just erased my whole video. No, just kidding. Okay. So I wrote, bring the bright side to each day, bring the light. And then I wrote, little Nikki, bring the good. Because you know in that part where they're all fighting the devil and then they all start to bring rainbows to everything and then everybody's all, and all you had to do was bring happy rainbows. Saves the day. Isn't it funny how like they predictively program everything? But so what I mean by that is like we can bring rainbows, we can shoot them from wherever we want. So we can bring rainbows each and every day, and we can be shooting them at people all day. You know, don't you think that makes a big difference? You're like, that bitch just stank-eyed me. Big fucking rainbow. Shoot rainbow at you. Hope you have a better fucking day. You know, whatever the case be. What I'm meaning is you can bring the light, you can bring whatever to any situation. You choose what to bring to it. Someone's mad, angry, bitter, whatever. You can meet them with your happy ass rainbows. You can be a hateful ass bitch you want to. You ain't gonna make me one. So yeah, bring the freaking light, bro. And then I wrote 1010. And then the Dreaming Tree by Dave Matthews. But I literally couldn't write tree. I kept trying to write dream. So like if you think about it, the dreaming dream, isn't that like what we're in, kind of? We're in this dream inside of a dream, kind of. You know? So I don't know why, but that's what popped into my head is like the dreaming dream. And are you taking advantage of this dream of yours? Not only do you have this opportunity to create the life of your dreams. Dream is a big word to me, bro. But you have the opportunity to create the life of your freaking dreams with multiple dreams on top of dreams on top of dreams. That's beautiful. So yeah, I'm clearly in a good mood. And then I wrote from a heart place to the heart space, because I feel like collectively that's what's happening is like we're learning to transmute this pain that we've encountered over our lifetime, and we're learning how to open our hearts instead of close them off to the world and to the people we love. You know what I mean? Like we're learning to actually like open ourselves up to be like wounded again, but it's all right. That's the point though, is like to not let these experiences harden us from experiencing life. It's important. Experience, dream. They're big things, man. So, and then I wrote, too much healing can be hazardous to the health, because this morning I was walking past my son's room and on his TV it was a like commercial from Charlie Brown, and there's like the happiness one or something like that. But the part that stuck out to me was it said too much healing can be hazardous to the health, and it's like at what point are you realizing like you don't have to be healing all the time, and it's becoming like part of who you think you have to be. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense to who it's supposed to. But like, we need to break from everything, and that includes healing. So like, maybe just notice where you're using healing to hurt yourself. You know? Are you using healing as an excuse not to let yourself do things because you still need to heal? You know what I mean? You're keeping yourself small in this healing bubble that you think you need to have, and it's time to break out of that little bubble that says you're only allowed to be healing because there's more than just healing. And I know that it's from a good place of trying not to hurt anyone, but you're hurting you see? So like everything needs a break for integration to happen in order for you to even realize how far you've come and how amazing you are. And this healing, you gotta just like give it a little break, you know, because like you deserve to allow yourself rest. A rest is part of the healing. It's a big part of the healing, I think, you know. So yeah, and then I wrote, are you feeding faith or fear? What are you feeding, bro? Are you feeding into the negativity that says you're going to get hurt, or you don't deserve good things, or that everyone is just like your parents, or whatever it may be for you? Are you feeding into that fear of your childhood patterns repeating yourself, because like, let's think about it. It all kind of goes back to childhood, and all goes, our fears are based in childhood. You know what I mean? They're based there. So like, we have to like dig down and find out where these started. Where's this fear coming from? You know what I mean? Abandonment, insecurity, whatever it may be. Are you feeding that fear, or are you feeding your faith that you can create a different life, that you deserve a better life, that it wasn't okay what happened to you, but you now have the control of what now happens to you, and that's beautiful. And it's your journey. Boo boo. You choose. So be feeding the faith, because it brings the joy. Okay, and then I wrote intention, imagination, and integration. So like, I feel like these have been calling me in a big way. Like, all right, I'm back. Integration, imagination, and intention. These are powerful tools that we can use each and every day to enhance our lives in a great way. Because intention, then like you choose what your day is going to look like each and every day. So like, so I started a while ago, like a year and a half ago, setting my intention, because Flavor Vivid, she said she uses a cup of water and sets her intention each and every morning. So I started doing that like a year and a half ago, and that's been super helpful. And then I also read to do it like at nighttime, before you go to bed. Like, imagine, I think that's like Nivavada or something, but like, imagine your day, and imagine how you want your days to go, like, and the things you want and the dreams you want. You have to imagine them, because everything starts in imagination. But so yeah, and then integration, be sure to be taking that time for healing. Like, that's where the healing happens. It's a big part of healing, is actually letting integration happen. And you do that. Like, I get my most profound thoughts on the days that I actually make myself take a break, or life makes me take a break, because I like don't wake up to my alarm. Whatever it may be, those days that I don't like force myself as hard, then life's like, okay, here's a little integration. So yeah, make sure you're getting that. Then I wrote, you aren't responsible for anyone but yourself. Their joy, sadness, anger is just that, theirs. You choose whether or not to take on energy. Simply observe, don't absorb. So like, you may have had to do this as a child, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do it anymore. So like, it's a pattern, and it's just that. You just have to be looking for the pattern when you're falling into people-pleasing patterns, where you are absorbing people's shit and taking it on as your own. And then you have to be like, oh, whoa, step back and observe it. You know what I mean? You don't have to take it on. It seems like you do, because you used to have to keep yourself safe. It's no longer a thing you have to do. So yeah. And then I wrote, you're learning, you, boo. Your needs, wants, your dreams matter always. So like, that's amazing. Like, it's your time to learn you. So do you. And then I wrote, what's the point? Experiencing life to the fullest, opening our hearts and minds to joy, expansion, expression, and experience. Because that's what we're here to do, is experience these experiences through our freaking cool our senses that we got, you know? So yeah. Then I wrote Rise, that's by Eddie Vedder. And then I wrote After the Fall, time and time again. Like, how many times have you like got up time and time again? Isn't that beautiful? Like, you think yourself small, but you're a big piece of the puzzle. So, and then I wrote, you've never been so strong, so well. Be proud of who you are becoming, and who you were, and who you're gonna freaking be, because it's awesome. So I'm gonna pull some of these. Oh, and then I wrote Work Hard and Be Nice by Michael Franti and Spearhead, because that's obvious. Work hard and be freaking nice. Isn't that, like, it's really not that hard, but I don't know. The only job is to be a good human. Try to be a happy human, you know? So, I don't know. That's my, yeah. Change what you believe about love. Love is love. It's not pain, confusion, abuse, manipulation. That's not love. Are you seeing clearly? Realize. Change your mindset. Master your mind. You are the instrument. Light language.